Hello everyone, Josh from Advanced League here. In today's video I'm going to be recapping the events that took place on my 66 singles tournament. I announced it 8 days ago. It took place last night and we're done with it now. So I hope everyone enjoyed it, hope everyone had fun. We have our winner, but basically I'm going to be going round by round, who played who, going through the winners brackets, the losers brackets until we get to the finals. I would like to do round by round and talk about each player, but unfortunately there's a handful of people I don't know enough about to be able to do this. So hopefully if the same number of people, if all these people that were in this tournament will be in the next one that we have, then maybe that could be possible. And perhaps someone else could come in, we can do a guest on Skype and go round by round, and maybe do a pre-bracket show an hour before the tournament. Once the brackets are done, we could talk about the players, predictions, who's going to come first, second and third. Who knows, we'll get to that though when the next tournament's announced. But for now, we're doing it like this. But yeah, anyway, with round one we had, I will explain actually the Ian/Trevor situation shortly, but for now, ignore Trevor. It's Ian versus Shadow, two newer players that joined Advanced League over the last week. Shadow, I haven't seen him before until last night, so that's cool that more people are coming in for the tournaments. But yeah, Ian versus Shadow, it sounded like it was a easy 6-0 by Shadow. So basically he would just advance to round 2, where he would play myself in Group B. In round 2 we have Josh versus Shadow, we have M6 versus Dubbed, we have Jez versus Riley, and we have Yoru versus Wishmaker. I'm not going to talk about Josh because that's myself, so I'm just going to refer to myself as myself. So, but yeah, I have myself versus Shadow, and obviously, as I said just now, I know nothing about Shadow. He could be a sick player, he could have been the worst player, but as you can see, he did give me a sweet 5-0. There was nothing I could have done. He was a great battler, and he definitely deserved to advance through that round. In Group C, we have M6 versus Dubbed, but another two people I don't know really anything about. I know Dubbed is from another chat and came and participated in Advanced League's tournament, so it was nice to see him here. But yeah, as you can see, Dubbed took that one 5-0. It's nothing more. No one really said anything about it, so it was just a fair win. In Group D, we have Jez versus Riley. Riley's my boy. I expected big things from him, but he did, as you can see, lose to the newcomer Jez. And I've actually battled Jez previously, a couple days ago, maximum of a week ago, with Keel. We did some multi-battles with him and his friends, and he's a very, very good battler. When I seen he entered the tournament, I said to myself that he's going to be going through these rounds and getting himself to the finals, I hope. And we'll see what happens a bit later on. In case you don't already know the results, but I'm sure you do, but who knows? Could be new. In Group E, we have Yoru and Wishmaker. Yoru signed up last minute, literally a minute before closings happened, and Wishmaker, another new player to Advanced League. It's great they signed up, great that they came, and as you can see, Wishmaker took that 2-0 over Yoru, and Wishmaker advances through. So from round 2 we have Shadow, Dubbed, Jez and Wishmaker going through to round 3 of the winners. Myself, M6, Riley and Yoru advance. They get knocked down to the losers bracket, and if you lose down there, you're out of the tournament for good. So we'll see what happens from here. In round 3 of the winners, Shadow and Dubbed both advanced as they won against the people they played against, and so did Jez and Wishmaker. So it will be Shadow versus Dubbed in Group F, and in Group G we have Jez versus Wishmaker. And this is a hard one, as I don't know, as I said before, I don't know anything about these players. They're all new to Advanced League, but I just previously played Shadow, and he slapped me. He slapped me. There's nothing more to say about that. But as you can see, it's a 3-0 for dubbed. Now what happened here was, this is where it gets a bit interesting, because they had their battle, and then Shadow was actually up 5-3 in the game, as he says, and dubbed disconnected, went offline, etc., etc. And it looked dodgy. Yeah, I can't deny it did look dodgy. You were losing, and then disconnection all of a sudden. So Shadow, I can understand. Like, I do apologise to Shadow for that. Like, we had to do something. Me and Keel had to do something about it, and because we've never had this before, we thought the best thing was to do just rematch. You can switch your teams, so you can't like team cheat and count the team. Use different teams, play each other one more time, and I think that was what they did. Obviously, Shadow wasn't happy about this because it was winning, but I'm sorry. This is the best thing we could have done. But for future reference, though, if there is a disconnection, say a similar situation, say dubbed disconnects again, it's Shadow's decision if he wants a rematch to continue or not. If he doesn't want a rematch and he wants to advance, then he can advance, and there's nothing Dub can do about that. So that is going to be a rule in future to stop this from happening, because there was a bit of like there was a bad blood between these two. But as you can see in the rematch, Dub did prevail over Shadow with a 3-0 and moves on to the semi-finals to play the winner of Group G, which was Jez versus Wishmaker, and as you can see, it was a 4-0 by Jez. So he moves on then to play Dubbed in the semi-finals. But before we get onto that, we're going to knock down to the losers bracket and see how all the people that have lost so far are doing. This is round 1 of the losers. This is where the people that have lost their games in the winners, and they'll move down here and they'll basically fight for the tournament. If you lose in the losers, you're out the tournament for good. I've explained this before in the chat and everyone should be clear with that, but for those of you who don't know, if you lose in the losers, you're out the tournament. So it's do or die right here. Right, on to the Ian/Trevor. What happened here was, as you know previously, Ian was against Shadow and he got 6-0'd, and he didn't, I think he lost the drive to play. He was a bit like pissed off, upset. I don't know, we're not going to go into detail about that, but he didn't want to play anymore. Trevor turned up an hour late because he was at Walmart just doing his things, and obviously Yoru I gave Yoru the choice: do you want a free win into losers round 2, or would you like Trevor to stand in for Ian and fill his place? And it was Yoru's choice, and Yoru was top lad and let Trevor take Ian's place, and so that's where the Ian/Trevor thing comes from. So from here you're looking at Trevor. Ian played in round 1 and then left, so we have Trevor here. It's Trevor versus Yoru. Trevor, an old Advanced League member, he's been around for a long time, very, very good battler, one of the better people that I know personally. And we have Yoru, a newer, I say new, I think he's been around for about six months now, since like last year, and yeah, he's top guy. As you can see, he let Trevor fill in for him, Ian, so that's cool. But yeah, him and Trevor, losers round 1, loser of this is out, so they played and Trevor took that one 4-0, so he will now move to losers round 2, where he will play Riley. And in Group M we have M6 versus myself. The Riley-Trevor matchup was one that I wish I could have watched, because that would have been fun, because they're both good friends of mine. And yeah, Trevor took that one 3 over Riley, so Trevor will move to losers round 3 from there. And in Group M we have M6 versus myself, and I took that one 3-0, and I will move now to losers round 3, but a different group to Trevor, so we'll get to them now. This is round 3 at the losers, and here we have Shadow playing and Wishmaker playing myself. And as you know from just a minute ago, we obviously had the issue with Shadow, and he took it on the chin, got knocked down to the losers, where he can still win the tournament. Anyone down here can still win the tournament unless you've just lost. So Shadow took it, and he's going to be playing Trevor. And as you can see, Trevor did not show any remorse. He didn't care, and he took out the broom and swept 6-0 to Trevor. And Trevor will advance to losers round 4, where he will play the winner of me and Wishmaker. And as you can see, me and Wishmaker never played him before. It was a good match, and I took that one 4-0. So I'll be playing Trevor in losers round 4. Here we are in losers round 4. This is myself versus Trevor. As you can see from losers round 2, I foresaw that if I won my match against M6 and Wishmaker, I would eventually play him in losers round 4, but only if he won. And I'm not saying he was going to win, but I could see that happening because he was a good battler, and it just so happened that he did. So there was friendly rivalry here. I was really looking forward to this battle, as we've had some good battles in the past, and he's beat me majority of the times. So this is it. This is do or die. And as you can see, he did 3-0 me. He's a very good battler. It was only expected, and the best man did move forward in the end. This is where we move back up to the winners brackets, and where I left off earlier on round 3 with the Shadow dubbed issue, the disconnection, the rematch, the upset. Dub did move forward, and in G bracket, Jez moved forward over Wishmaker. So now we're here now in the semi-finals with a dubbed and Jez matchup. As you can see, it was a 6-0 with Jez, but the issue was dubbed had to go. He took down Shadow, and then announced he had to go. So from this point forward, dubbed is not in the tournament, you could say. He's not there. He's not getting 6-0'd by Jez, and he will not be losing to Trevor in the losers semi-finals. So I'll show you what I mean right now. If you look down at the semi-finals of the losers, we have Trevor, who just took down me with a 3-0 against Dubbed, but as I said, Dubbed isn't there against Jez. He had to go after he won against Shadow, which is unfortunate, but it's how it works, unfortunately. So Dubbed does lose to Trevor by default, and now we have our finals, which it will be a matchup between Jez and Trevor. And I kind of foresaw this matchup happening in the finals, purely based off what I know. Previously we had players such as Wishmaker, we had Shadow, we had, obviously I can't judge Dub. Dub could have been there instead of Jez for all we know, or Dub could have been there instead of Trevor. Like, who knows what could have happened if he was there. But based on what I know, Jez and Trevor finals was seeable in my eyes. Like, I could have seen this happening, and I could have seen this coming down to the wire, like a 1-0 or a 2-0 going either way. But looking at that, Trevor he didn't, as I said earlier, he didn't show any remorse. He got his broom out and went out cleaning. He wanted to win it, and as you can see, it was a 6-0. Again, Jez mentioned a bit of hacks. Trevor, the king of hacks, just knocking about. But yeah, it's that's the game. That's Pokemon. It happens. So we have our winner in Trevor, the Advanced League 2014 tournament, the first one we have held, and Trevor is the champion. So congratulations to him. He's receiving his prize today when he comes online. He has asked for something in specific. It's not for me to mention. I don't know. I think it's for a gym team. I'm going to guess on a gym team because I know what he's going for. But it's not for me to say, unfortunately. Ask him, but he is currently in the process of getting that off myself later today. So yeah, that basically wraps up our first tournament we've held. And we will be announcing another tournament soon. I've been in talks with a couple of the members, and we do have a nice sounding idea for the next tournament, so stay tuned for that. There will be an announcement video in the coming weeks. Not sure when. I don't know if we would like to hold these weekly, fortnightly, monthly. So it would be amazing to get some feedback on what we can improve on, when you'd like to see. The prizes will be continuing, but prizes can only go up if the members do. The more people that we have participating in the tournaments, the more prizes we can give out to the winners, the people that come second, potentially the people that come third. But we can't be giving out prizes to the top 3 people if only 8 or 9 people come, because that's still like 33-40% of the people winning technically then. So the more people that enter, the more prizes you will receive basically, and the better chance you have of getting the prizes. So I have been Josh, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.